but I will boast in Jesus Christ, His death and resurrection. What should I gain from His reward? I cannot give an answer, but this I know with all my heart: His wounds have paid my ransom.
Verse 1 again to finish.
How deep the Father's love for us, how vast beyond all measure, that He should give His only Son to make a wretch His treasure. How great the pain of searing loss, the Father turns His face away, as wounds which mar the chosen one bring many sons to glory.
I think without the full band, we can't really go big, to be honest.
Yeah, I think haunting is the best option
Yeah.
for these songs and instrumentation, I think.
What was that?
Haunting, I think,
Yeah.
is the best option for these songs with this
Yeah.
instrumentation.
All right. Last one. Were you there?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, verse 2. Yeah, I'll probably play the turnaround in between the verses, actually. I just couldn't work it out timing-wise, but yeah.
What are you calling the turnaround, the intro? What are you calling the turnaround?
So in between the verses, so it's like, bring many sons to glory.
Sorry, the previous song, sorry.
Then it's easier on the...
Behold, man.
Yeah. Sounds great.
So, yeah, it's all right. I was going to ask something, but it's 1% and we won't bother.
All right, were you there? Which is quite a haunting slow one again. Pardon? Yeah. How's this not even started?
Tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Times it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble.
Slow.
Were you there where they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they nailed Him to a tree? Were you there when they nailed Him to a tree? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they nailed Him to a tree? Were you there when they laid Him in a tomb? Were you there when they cause me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they laid him in a tomb? Oh, tremble, tremble, tremble.
Go with it.
I'd,
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, if you wanted to get creative, you could have like some intermittent floor tom hits to just like give it that darkness.
Yeah.
But I don't know how we lock that all in. But if you're by yourself, it probably doesn't matter. Just to give it some.
So maybe I just won't do like a structured beat.
Yeah, just because the beat's pretty consistent and just kind of stays.
Yeah, so I
throughout.
mean,
It's pretty easy to lock it
I,
in.
I
so just do
reckon
what
in the
you want.
second verse, I'll play something a bit more syncopated. But if you're not playing the kick, because you're just doing a really straight, and then you can do some intermittent sort of vibey stuff on the floor toms, maybe just to give it some light and shade. Yeah, like tribal sort
Yeah,
of
yeah, that's fine.
darkness.
How long's the service?
Oh yeah.
Nah, that's fine. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's good.
That's all good. I might even just stay back a little bit throughout the whole time.
Yes, 'cause that just helps with the watch.
Like I'm happy to kind of be a little bit further back and just stay here, and then that's all good.
Yeah, well, it's 10 minutes to. We probably have to open the doors, don't we?
All right.
We'll
I
be
assume we.
fake it till we make it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll make it up, it's fine, you know. We're all professionals here. And are you able to just play something during communion?
Just remember,
Yeah,
it's only
sure.
long if you pull a funny face.
When is
Otherwise you're meant to
communion?
do
Is
it.
there a little bit of an order so we?
This is all the cues. I don't know if that's small.
Oh, so the communion's pretty well at the start,
We're
right?
starting with communion. But the picture is like, you know, we're moving from the upper room
Yeah.
to the garden, to the trial, to the cross.
Yeah. So, are you okay during communion if you play the When I Surveyed the just as easy background? I might do it along as well. We'll see. Hello, how are you? Good, thank you.
I'm just crossing it some nail
Yeah.
because it's hard to play low and mellow when you get this big sharp fingernail across.
I don't know what that's about, but all right. I'll let her know. All right. Well, let's go, eh? I just need to grab a quick glass of water.
of glory die, my richest gain I count but love and pour contempt on all my pride. Forbidden, Lord, that I should boast, save in the death of Christ my God. All the vain things that charm me most, I sacrifice them to His blood. His hands, His feet, sorrow and love flow mingled down. Did have such love and sorrow meet, or thorns compose so rich a crown? That were an offering far too small, love so amazing, so divine, demands my soul, my life, my all. Love so amazing, so divine, demands my soul, my life, my all.
Friends, we've come together today to remember a life, to remember a story, to remember a love. So we slow down. We don't rush past this moment. We stay with it. And we invite you to join us by standing and sitting as you feel appropriate. All the song words, all the readings are in your sheets so you can follow along. And today we want to walk the story slowly. From a table, to a garden, to a cross, to a tomb. And at the centre of it all is a cry. My God, why have you forsaken me? Sounds like despair, but it's a prayer. An ancient psalm that tells a bigger story. So let's begin at the table.
Luke chapter 22. When the hour came, Jesus and his apostles reclined at the table. And he said to them, I have eagerly desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer. For I tell you, I will not eat it again until it finds fulfillment in the kingdom of God." After taking the cup, he gave thanks and said, "Take this and divide it among you. For I tell you, I will not drink again from the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of God comes." And he took bread. He gave thanks and broke it and gave it to them, saying, "This is my body given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." In the same way, after the supper, he took the cup, saying, "This cup is the new covenant in my blood, which is poured out for you. But the hand of him who is going to betray me is with mine on the table. The Son of Man will go as it has been decreed, but woe to the man who betrays him." And they began to question among themselves which of them it might be who would do this. A dispute also arose among them as to which of them was considered to be the greatest. Jesus said to them, "The kings of the Gentiles lord it over them, and those who exercise authority over them call themselves benefactors. But you are not to be like that. Instead, the greatest among you should be like the youngest, and the one who rules like the one who serves. For who is greater, the one who is at the table or the one who serves? Is it not the one who is at the table? It is not the one who is at the table, but I am among you as the one who serves. You are those who have stood by me in my trials, and I confer on you a kingdom, just as my Father conferred one on me, so that you may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom, and sit on thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Simon, Simon, Satan has asked to sift all of you as wheat. But I have prayed for you, Simon, that your faith may not fail. And when you have turned back, strengthen your brothers." But he replied, "Lord, I am ready to go to prison and to death." And Jesus answered, "I tell you, Peter, before the rooster crows today, you will deny me 3 times that you know me."
Once upon a time, there was a table. Jesus sits at the table with his friends. It looks ordinary. Bread, wine, conversation. But nothing about this moment is ordinary, because Jesus knows what's coming. He knows betrayal is already in motion. He knows Peter will deny him. He knows the cross is only hours away. And still, he gives thanks. Still, he breaks the bread. Still, he offers the cup. And at that table is Judas. Judas, who will betray him, who, like many, had hopes about what the Messiah would do. A Messiah who would act. A Messiah who would overthrow. A Messiah who would take control. Some have wondered whether Judas wasn't just walking away, but trying to force Jesus' hand, trying to push him into becoming the Messiah he thought he should be. And if that feels familiar, it should. Because not long before this, Peter stood and said, "You are the Messiah," and then tried to tell Jesus what kind of Messiah he should be. Judas tries to force it. Peter tries to redirect it. Different responses, but the same instinct: to shape Jesus into our own expectations, to set the agenda for what God should do and how he should do it. And there Jesus is at the table with both of them. The one who will betray him and the one who will deny him. And he still breaks the bread, still offers the cup, still gives himself in love. This is Passover, the story of deliverance, the blood of a lamb marking the doorposts, death passing over. And even before that, on a mountain with Abraham, when everything seemed lost and God provided a ram. And now Jesus places himself at the center of that story. This is my body. This is my blood. This time, the lamb is him. He knows the suffering ahead, the silence, the cry that is coming. But before the cross, he gives them a way to remember, not just what he would do, but how deeply he loves. So as we gather around this table, and as you take the bread, and as you drink from the cup, this is our moment to pause and remember, to put ourselves back in that same room with Jesus. But all that we bring to the table, that it's still his body. Which is broken for us. But it's still his blood that's poured out for us. So we're just going to take a moment as the ushers come and serve us communion. Listen, wait, reflect, and remember, ultimately this is an act of love. feel free to take the elements in your own time.
Matthew 26. Then Jesus went with his disciples to a place called Gethsemane. And he said to them, "Sit here while I go over there and pray." He took Peter and the two sons of Zebedee along with him, and he began to be sorrowful and troubled. And then he said to them, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me." Going a little farther, he fell with his face to the ground and he prayed, "My Father, if it's possible, May this cup be taken from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will. And then he returned to his disciples and he found them sleeping. Couldn't you men keep watch with me for 1 hour? He asked Peter. Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. He went away a second time and he prayed, my Father, if it is possible for this cup to be taken away unless I drink it, may your will be done. And when he came back, he again found them sleeping because their eyes were heavy. And so he left them and he went away once more and he prayed the third time, saying the same thing. And then he returned to the disciples and he said to them, are you still sleeping and resting? Look, the hour has come. And the Son of Man is delivered into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us go. Here comes my betrayer.
Once upon a time, there was a garden. In Eden, humanity said, not your will, but mine. And everything broke. And ever since, we've been trying to take control, shape outcomes, set direction, even shape God. But now another garden. Gethsemane. Jesus is overwhelmed, honest, and in anguish. Father, if there is any other way. This is real, and this is costly. But not my will, but yours be done. And the moment comes and the crowd arrives with torches and weapons and the atmosphere is tense and Peter does what many of us would do. He acts. He takes control and he reaches for his sword. And in a moment he strikes and the servant's ear falls to the ground. It's the same instinct we've seen all along. To force the moment, to take control of the story, to defend Jesus the way we think he should be defended. But Jesus refuses that way. He tells Peter to stop. And then in the middle of the betrayal, in the middle of the arrest, in the middle of everything falling apart, he heals the man. A cut like that would have made that man unclean, unable to enter the temple, unable to worship, unable to even continue in his role working in the temple. And so Jesus restores him, not just physically, but socially, spiritually, completely. While Peter is trying to fight for Jesus, Jesus is restoring the very one who came to arrest him. This is not the Messiah we expect. Not violent, not reactive, not taking control. This is a Messiah who heals and who restores and who surrenders. Not my will, but yours be done. In Eden, we grasped for control. Here in Gethsemane, Jesus releases it. Where we try and shape the story, Jesus surrenders to his Father's story. The cross begins here in surrender.
I hear the Savior say, thy strength indeed is small. Child of weakness, watch and pray. Find in me thine all in all. Lord, now indeed I find thy power and light alone can change the leper's heart and melt the heart of stone. Jesus paid it all to him I owe. Sin had left a crimson stain, he washed it white as snow. Before the throne I stand in him complete. Jesus died my soul to save. My lips shall still repeat, Jesus paid it all to him I owe. Sin had left a crimson stain, he washed it white as snow. Oh, praise the one who paid my debt and raised his life up from the dead. Oh, praise the one who paid my debt and raised his life up from the dead. Oh, praise the one who paid my debt and raised his life up from the dead. Oh, praise the one who paid my debt and raised his life up from the dead. Praise the one who paid my debt and raised his life up from the dead. Praise the one who paid my debt and raised his life up from the dead. Jesus paid it all to him crimson stain, he washed it white as snow.
Savior, I come, quiet my soul. Remember, redemption's here, where your blood was spilled for my ransom. Everything I once held dear, I count it all as lost. Lead me to the cross where your love poured out.
Bring me to my knees,
Lord, I lay me down. Rid me of myself, I belong to you. Oh, lead me to the cross. You were as I, tempted and tried, human. The Word became flesh, bore my sin and death. Now you're risen. Everything I once held dear, I count it all as lost. Lead me to the cross where your love poured out.
bring me to my knees,
Lord, I lay me down.
rid me of myself,
I belong to you. Oh, lead me to
to your heart, to your heart. Lead me to your heart. Lead me to your heart. Lead me to the cross where your love poured out. Bring me to my knees, Lord, I lay me down. Rid me of myself, I belong to you. Only in me. Lead me to the cross where your love poured out. Bring me to my knees, Lord, I lay me down. Rid me of myself, I belong to you. Oh, lead me to the cross.
Luke 22. Then seizing him, They led him away and took him into the house of the high priest. Peter followed at a distance. And when some there had kindled a fire in the middle of a courtyard and had sat down together, Peter sat down with them. A servant girl saw him seated there in the firelight. She looked closely at him and said, "This man was with him." But he denied it. "Woman, I don't know him," he said.
The crowd. And Peter, one of Jesus' closest friends, said, "I don't know him." This is the same Peter who declared, "You are the Messiah." The same Peter who tried to tell Jesus what kind of Messiah he should be. And now, when it matters most, he steps back. But should we be surprised? We want a Messiah who fits our expectations, who works the way we think he should, who moves when we want him to move. But when he doesn't, we distance ourselves. In Eden, we hid. And here we see it again. Fear, shame, self-protection, silence. And still, Jesus doesn't turn away.
How deep the Father's love for us, how vast beyond all measure, that he should give his only Son to make a wretch his treasure. How great the pain of searing loss. The Father turns his face away, as wounds which mar the chosen one bring many sons to glory. Behold a man upon a cross, my sin upon his shoulders. Ashamed I hear my mocking voice call out among the scoffers. It was my sin that held him there until it was accomplished. His dying breath has brought me life. I know that it is finished. I will not boast in anything, no gifts, no power, no wisdom, but I will boast in Jesus Christ, his death and resurrection. What should I gain from his reward? I cannot give an answer, but this I know with all my heart: his wounds have paid my ransom. How deep the Father's love for us, how vast beyond all measure, that he should give his only Son to make a wretched treasure. How great the pain of searing loss, the Father turns his face away, as wounds which mother chosen one bring many sons to glory.
Matthew 27. Then the governor's soldiers took Jesus into the praetorium and gathered the whole company of soldiers around him. They stripped him and put a scarlet robe on him, and then twisted together a crown of thorns and set it on his head. They put a staff in his right hand, and then they knelt in front of him and mocked him. "Hail, King of the Jews," they said. They spit on him and took the staff and struck him on the head again and again. After they had mocked him, they took off the robe and they put his own clothes on him. And then they led him away to crucify him. As they were going out, they met a man from Cyrene named Simon, and they forced him to carry the cross. They came to a place called Golgotha, which means the place of the skull. And there they offered Jesus wine to drink mixed with gall, but after tasting it, he refused to drink it. When they had crucified him, they divided up his clothes by casting lots, and sitting down, they kept watch over him. Above his head, they placed the written charge against him: "This is Jesus, King of the Jews." 2 rebels were crucified with him, one on his right and one on his left. Those who passed by hurled insults at him, shaking their head and saying, "You are going to destroy the temple and build it in 3 days. Save yourself. Come down from the cross if you are the Son of God." In the same way, the chief priests, the teachers of the law, and the elders mocked him. "He can save others," they said, "but he can't save himself. He's the King of Israel. Let him come down from the cross and we will believe in him. He trusts in God. Let God rescue him now if he wants him. For he said, 'I am the Son of God.'" In the same way, the rebels who were crucified with him also heaped insults on him. From noon until 3 in the afternoon, darkness came all over the land. About 3 in the afternoon, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, "Eli, Eli, Lama sabachthani. My God, why have you forsaken me? When some of those standing there heard this, they said, he's calling Elijah. Immediately one of them ran and got a sponge, and he filled it with wine vinegar, put it on a staff, and offered it to Jesus to drink. And the rest said, now leave him alone. Let's see if Elijah comes to save him. And when Jesus had cried out again in a loud voice, he gave up his spirit. At that moment, the curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. The earth shook, the rocks split, and the tombs broke open. The bodies of many holy people who had died were raised to life. They came out of the tombs after Jesus' resurrection and went into the holy city and appeared to many people. When the centurion and those with him who were guarding Jesus saw the earthquake and all that had happened, they were terrified and exclaimed, surely he was the Son of God. Many women who were there watching from a distance, they had followed Jesus from Galilee to care for his needs. Among them were Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James and Joseph, and the mother of Zebedee's sons. As evening approached, there came a rich man from Arimathea named Joseph, who had himself become a disciple of Jesus. Going to Pilate, he asked for Jesus' body, and Pilate ordered that it be given to him. Joseph, he took the body, he wrapped it in a clean linen cloth, and he placed it in his own new tomb that he had cut out of the rock. He rolled a big stone in front of the entrance to the tomb, and he went away. Mary Magdalene and the other Mary were sitting there opposite the tomb.
Once upon a time, there was a cross. And from the cross, a cry. My God, why have you forsaken me? This is the deepest cry of human experience. The feeling of abandonment, of silence. The feeling that God is not there. And Jesus enters it fully. This is a prayer. A psalm that begins in the darkness, but doesn't end there. Once upon a time, there were 3 gardens. In Eden, where everything was lost. In Gethsemane, where everything was surrendered. And now, in this garden, where it's laid in the ground. And once upon a time, there was a tomb. A body is taken down, wrapped, placed in the earth, a stone rolled into place. In silence. The psalm has begun, but its ending is still to come.
Tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there where they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they nailed him to a tree? Were you there when they nailed him to a tree? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they nailed him to a tree? Were you there when they laid him in a tomb? Were you there when they laid him in a tomb? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there